I'm supposed to give you a brief idea about how we're making the papyrus paper. Is that okay? Yes. So this here is called the papyrus plant. That's what the ancient Egyptians in the past believed that this is a holy plant. They worshipped it. Why? Because of two reasons. First reason, here's the flower, which looks like the sunbeam. The second reason is the stem. If you guys will look closely, you will see a pyramid in there. You see a triangle in there? See a triangular shape. Okay, so what we're doing is we're cutting the plant into pieces, just like that. And then what we'll have to do is we'll have to peel the green part, the outside cover. But I'm just waiting for a knife. We got a knife technical problem here. Hurry up, man! So you guys are enjoying Egypt?
Yeah.
Having fun? You're on a cruise ship?
Yeah.
Good. Where did you stop? Alex or Port Said?
Alexandria.
Alexandria, and then you came from Alexandria? Oh, okay. How was the trip from there?
Long.
2 hours only. 2 hours. What, 2 and a half?
It's a long day.
2 and a half. Well, how do you say it? Half? Oh, okay, I said 2 and a half. Thank you. Now what we do is we peel the green part, the outside cover, just like what I'm doing now. Now that green part is very stiff. So they use that to make sandals and belts and bags. Even some guy from Norway used this to make a boat. If anybody heard of it. His name was Thor Heyerdahl. He was from Norway. 1958, that guy made a boat out of this. It was called the Kon-Tiki. And he actually sailed across the Pacific with it, out of that part. Now this is the most important part of the plane that we're using, the inner part. What we do is we use the rule and pin to get them to be flexing. As you can see, after doing that, it becomes very flexible. Then we soak them into the water for 6 consecutive days. Just 6 days in the water, no chemicals, no nothing. And if we want to make a brown piece of papyrus like this here, we make them stay 25 days. So basically, the longer it stays in the water, the darker it gets. And after 6 days in the water, we get them out, and then we start weaving them. See, one in vertical and one horizontal, just like what I'm doing now. So kind of weaving them, crisscrossing them, overlapping them. Then we cover them, threw them under the press for another 6 days. So 6 days in the water, 6 days under the press. Of course, in ancient Egypt, they did not have presses made out of metal. What would you assume that they have used? Everybody's awake. Okay. They used stones, yes. Okay, well, they did not have rugs 3,500 years ago. Who's super to tell me what they have used? They had no rugs. They had no textile. Nobody's super? Says who?
Me.
Thank you. She's super. They use animal hide to cover the slices with. So after 12 days, here we go. Can you believe that? A very strong piece of paper. We're actually talking about 2 elephants comes out of the inside. It will not come out. You guys are going to look at the light here. You can see how the vertical and the horizontal layers are bonded together. Now there is a question that it might pop to your head, that how those layers are bonded, what makes them stick together. The answer is those people in ancient Egypt were geniuses enough to find out that that plane contains a percentage of sugar in there. So you got sugar with water, under the pressure they all stick together. It works like an inch of glue. Now what we do after that, we send them to our famous local artists. We're going to start painting all of those beautiful replicas that you can see around you. These are all replicated from originals, from temples and tombs. Now this is the masterpiece of the ancient Egyptian history, which is called the Final Judgment. I'm assuming that you guys heard the story. Yes, you've been to Car Museum, right?
Can you tell us the story because we didn't hear it?
Anytime, my friend. We're here to make you happy. We're here to make you happy. How much you pay? $5,000? Okay. Now, they basically believe that when we're going to be resurrected, we're going to go through some kind of a justice test. So this is the man who's going to go through the test. They will lead him to the balance of justice. They will weigh his heart against the feather of justice. If the heart is going to go down, that means that this guy is bad news. So this animal, he's going to jump and eat him. If the feather is going to go down, that means that he's okay. He will be taken by Horus. Horus is the god of protection. He will lead him to the paradise. What we have in the paradise, Osiris. He's the god of paradise. And that's his wife Isis. If you've heard about Isis and Osiris. Now this is her sister Nephthys. She's the gods of magic. These people on the top, there are 14 jurors. What they're doing is they're voting about what should happen to him. Think about this. 3,500 years ago, those people, they know about voting systems. They had democracy at that time. If you look at them, 7 of them are raising the key of life, and 7 of them are not. Basically, they're doing a vote about what should happen to him. The original of this is still in the British Museum until today in the 2nd floor with the background of navy blue and the gold. That's in London until today. The second piece of popularity is called the Ancient Egyptian Calendar. This is a piece of metaphysics which has north, south, east, and west. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. If you're going to count those people's arms, you'll find them 24. They represent the 24 hours of the day. Inside are the horoscopes. The original of this is carved within a ceiling of a temple called Dendera. It's in the south of Egypt, between Luxor and Aswan. I don't think that you guys are going to see that because you're on a cruise ship. The final thing I'm going to say is that these here are called the cartouches. That's what the ancient Egyptians got used to write their names in there, but only for kings and queens. If, for example, we've got the cartouches without no names, so if you guys want to have your names to be written, kids, family, whoever's back home, we got the artist who can do that for $2. He can translate the name into hieroglyphics. Thank you. Final thing I'm going to say is, I hate that word. Final thing I'm going to say is, did they all give you a little red card when you came here? Yeah. Okay. Each replica of those, they carry 2 numbers. NO is its code number. LE is its price of local Egyptian pounds, which is basically you divide by 6 for dollars, 7.5 for euros, 9.5 for British pounds. So what you guys can do is you can have a wonderland. Anything that you see that you like, that you want to get, just mark it down that little red card that they gave you. If you don't like nothing, we can be friends and have fun, because we're friends to everybody. They all come rolled up in a tube. Once you go back home, you just protect them with a piece of glass or plastic, then they will stay forever. And please, video cameras and cameras are allowed only here in the demo area. Photographs is allowed only here. Thank you guys for being good listeners. Have fun. Thank you.